Hey guys, so it's been a while. It's been a little over a month, and I just have to say this video has killed me. I've recorded it probably 7 times easily, maybe more than that, and I cannot get across what I'm trying to say the way that I want to say it without it coming across sounding like I'm being really mean or even a B word. So I actually recorded this video in full yesterday and I was gonna post it, but I decided that I was gonna redo the video without being as detailed and then just let you guys know. If you want to know details, ask me about it. I will give snippets in the video where there are more details than I'm going to talk about, and you can feel free to pick what subjects you want more details on, and you can either ask me in the comments or you can feel free to email me or private message me, whatever you want to do. Sorry about the mess in the background. This right here I have to clean up, but the kids are sleeping, so I kind of have to take advantage of this opportunity to film. So this whole video is going to be an update video. I've been getting lots of questions about where are you, what's been up, are you getting surgery, who with, when, where, why. I've been getting a lot of questions. I've also been getting a lot of questions about, has anything happened after I posted my last video, as far as, have I been contacted by Dr. Kelly's office? Have I been contacted by him? Has anything gone down as far as that situation goes? So I thought that I would start there just because I think it's going to require the most energy. And I'm honestly so done with the situation. I really want to put it behind me, but I promise to take you guys along on this journey. So that means that I answer your guys' questions, and that means that I address what needs to be addressed. So let's go ahead and start there. So for those of you who are watching this video and you haven't watched my last video, feel free to watch this video, but you may be confused. So if that's the case, I would watch the last video first and then you can feel free to come on back to this video. But I want to first address a question that I got asked quite frequently a couple days after I posted my last video. It appears that one of my subscribers, obviously on my channel, had posted my last video on Dr. Kelly's patient support Facebook page. Now, I was no longer a part of that support page, but I do have a lot of friends that I have made off of that support page. So I was getting a lot of screenshots, a lot of, do you see what's happening on his support page? I was getting a lot of questions. Obviously, no, I didn't know until people brought it to my attention that somebody had posted my video, and there was a lot of flack, a lot of negative feedback, a lot of really mean comments that were being said about me, which is what it is. There was even a comment made by Dr. Kelly himself that I found really hurtful and immature, but seeing that comment from him after I had canceled my surgery confirmed for me that I made the right decision in canceling. Now, I did not cancel my surgery because of Dr. Kelly, but it just, for me, confirmed that I did the right thing by canceling. So the questions that I had been getting were, are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to? I mean, I've met some of the most amazing people through this community and some of the best friends that I've ever had through this community. So it was so sweet for all of you guys who reached out to me and asked me if I was okay. Obviously, initially, sure, they hurt. I mean, I'm a human being, I have feelings, and it didn't feel very good initially. But part of putting yourself on YouTube and putting yourself in social media, out in the open on social media, you have to expect to get some kind of negative comments, people that are going to try to tear you down to lift themselves up, and it just is what it is. It comes with the territory. So I can't sit there and say, oh my gosh, how dare these people, because A, it's a free country and you can say whatever you want to say, and B, I put myself in that position. So for me to say, you know, this isn't okay. I'm not that it's okay, but you know what I mean. You put yourself in that position, so you kind of just have to take it with a grain of salt and move on. So am I okay? Yes, I am perfectly fine. I told you guys in the very beginning that I was going to be honest with you, and that's what I was doing in my video. I was just being honest with you guys, sharing my journey with you, sharing my experience with you, telling you exactly what happened because I told you that's what I was going to do, and I'm going to stick by that. So I stick by my video still to this day. Nothing that I said in it was untrue. Nothing that I don't think anything that I said in it was rude. It was all just the truth. Whether that's gonna upset somebody because it was said about them, or whether, you know, past patients or whatever are gonna come to bat for Dr. Kelly, that's fine too. I'm not saying anybody can't do that, but my experience was my experience and I have every right to share it, and I'm not going to not share what I went through. So that kind of leads me to the next little snippet that I want to talk about. Via some of the comments that were made on that video that were posted on his support page, it's very clear to me that people either didn't care to actually watch the video and they just were talking out of their rear ends because they think that they can, or people genuinely did not understand why I actually canceled this surgery. I don't feel like I owe anybody an explanation. I don't feel like I have to explain myself, but I do feel like I kind of have to make it clear. My husband and I decided to cancel the surgery after, long story short, basically being told, don't worry about how you're going to pay for the surgery, just come down and we'll figure it out. That was very uncomfortable to us. We were not okay with that. That made us feel really unsettled, and after praying about it a lot over that day, we genuinely felt God was telling us to not go. We genuinely felt like we were not supposed to be going down to Mexico to get surgery. It had nothing to do with Dr. Kelly. It had nothing to do, you know, with any of that. Didn't have anything to do with his skill or lack thereof or anything like that. It had absolutely nothing to do with Dr. Kelly. It simply had to do with the fact we were not comfortable not knowing how we were going to pay for my surgery. We were not going to go into a foreign country having no idea how we were actually going to pay for this surgery. So that's that. End of story. If people don't get it, fine. If people think we were being ridiculous, fine. It's none of their business. We did what we felt we had to do in order to keep us safe and protect us. So that leads me to the next question that I got specifically from a couple people. I'm not going to mention names, obviously, but there were a couple people that came to me and said, that was really your deciding factor? Like, you didn't choose to cancel the surgery after some of the stuff that was said on Dr. Kelly's patient support page by him, his wife, and his employees? None of that stuff bothered you? Like, there wasn't a red flag when you saw those things? Those didn't make you want to cancel your surgery? And that was a really hard question for me to get. It was a really hard question for me to even answer myself. But I felt that it was really important to reflect back on that and think, okay, so you saw these negative things that were said. You remember how they made you feel. You remember how they made your husband feel. Yet you just kept sweeping them under the rug and just going, it's okay, whatever. Like, it's gonna be fine, just go. And I'm a little embarrassed to say that I did that. I'm a little embarrassed to say that even though there were red flags to me weeks before the surgery, I still told myself, those things aren't deal breakers, just go on, just get the surgery. Again, none of them having to do with Dr. Kelly's skill or ability to do the surgery. He's an incredible surgeon, and I will stand by that still to this day. But yes, there were a lot of things that were said that made me really uncomfortable and that maybe I should have paid a little bit more attention to. Again, I'm not going to go into detail. The reason I think I did that was because of how affordable he was. I think when we are in such great need and want to get something done, if it's affordable and obtainable, you kind of make sacrifices in order to still get that done, in order to still reach that goal. And I think that that's what I was doing. I can't speak for anybody else, obviously, but I really truly think that's why I just swept those things under the rug and just chose to continue on with getting the surgery. So I hope that answers your guys' questions. I'm not sure if it will, but so the very last thing that continued to get brought up was, did I get my deposit back? You guys, this is such a long story and it gets me super heated and super frustrated, but I really, like I said, not going to go into details. Long story short, and I mean long story short, no, I did not get my deposit back. Do we feel we should have? Yes. Do we feel it would have been the right thing to do? Yes. But that's obviously not how everybody felt in the situation. So I chose, after weeks of fighting and going back and forth, to just drop it because it was not even worth the energy to put into it anymore. I do want to say something. Having worked in the medical field for 8 years, if this exact same situation, the reason I canceled, everything that led up to it, whatever, if that exact same situation were to have happened here in the US, a surgeon would have given you back your deposit. Maybe not every single surgeon. I would safely say 98% would have no problem giving you your deposit back, because the reason you canceled had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with hiccups or speed bumps that happened on their end. And they would do anything in their power to make sure that their name was still in a positive light and not a negative light. I have worked beside a few surgeons who would have absolutely no problem giving that deposit back. So I think that's why it's so hard for me to let this go, is just knowing that it's the right thing to do. And I don't know. So I think that's why I'm frustrated about it. And I think that's why myself and my husband had a really hard time letting it go, is because it was like, this wasn't our fault. Why are we not getting our deposit back? I don't care if it was non-refundable. We never signed anything saying that the deposit was non-refundable. Never actually signed anything. It was stated on the invoice and that was it. But there was no legal documentation that we had to sign saying it was non-refundable. Anyways, like I said, I kind of just want to drop it. As you can see, it still really upsets me. It still really makes me emotional and frustrated, and it's just, I'm exhausted of it. So moving on to what's going on now. So much is going on right now. Basically from like 2 days after I canceled my surgery out to like 2.5, almost 3 weeks after I canceled my surgery, I did everything in my power, and I mean everything in my power, to make this surgery happen somewhere else with someone else, just forcing it, trying to force it to happen. And God kept saying, no, 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 let it go. Let me work, let me do my thing. And I refused to let go and let God. I refused. The thought and the fact that I was trying to make this happen through getting into debt was just like, what are you doing, Selena? You've worked so hard. Like, why won't you just let this go? So I finally decided to just let it go and let God work in my life. And if it was meant to be, it would be. And I needed to just drop it. So about a week before my birthday was March 4th, I just got this weird feeling. I was like, I wonder, like, what if I went back to work? Maybe then we could save up enough money, you know, faster to get the surgery done, and, you know, that would be a great option. Not only that, but for those of you who are stay-at-home moms, you know how hard it is to be a stay-at-home mom. You know, you start to feel like you have no identity. And so a lot of praying and talking with my husband later, I decided, through a really good friend that I've met here in Idaho, that I was going to apply for a job at St. Luke's, which is the local hospital system here in Haley. And I was going to apply for a medical assistant position, which I've been in the past. And on my birthday, I got an interview, went to the interview, did the interview. It was amazing. So about 2 weeks later, so last Thursday actually, when I was in Washington visiting some family, I got a call and got the job offer, which was both incredibly exciting and so frightening to me. The thought of working again after not working for 3 years, I was like, whoo, dude, like, I'm nervous. So I accepted the job offer and actually just found out this last Wednesday during some new employee intake stuff, I found out that our insurance covers the surgery. Needless to say, God telling me, no, Selena, you're not going to Mexico to get this surgery. Stop trying to make this work, Selena. Let it go, Selena. All of it happened for a reason, because now all I have to do is pay $2,700 out of pocket because there's a $2,000 copay, and then I have to pay my deductible, which is $700. And then the insurance company pays it 80/20. So I will end up paying like around $6,000 out of pocket versus $10,000 that I was going to pay to go down to Mexico. God's amazing and incredible, and I feel so blessed that I listened, and man, he just gives major blessings. From what I've read and what I understand, it's about a 4-month process of having to do, weigh-ins, making sure you don't gain any weight. I think you have to have 3 visits in 4 months. It didn't state that you had to have a psych eval. It didn't state that I had to have any, endoscopy or a sleep apnea test or anything like that. There may be some stuff that pops up that I don't know that I have to do. It seems like one of the least amount of hoops that I've seen people have to jump through in order to get their surgery approved by their insurance company. So I feel grateful about that, but I'll keep you guys updated if that is the case. It probably looks like around September, October, November, I will be getting surgery. I promise I'll keep you updated on major stuff that happens. Alright, you guys, so that's all I had to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. I seriously don't know where I would be without you guys. You guys have been so supportive and incredible and uplifting, and I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you walking with me on this journey and joining my channel and joining our awesome tight-knit family that we have in the WLS community. It's just amazing, and I feel so blessed to have you guys in my life. So alright, you guys, I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.